80s, 90s, noughties and now, for more than 40 years, the Tote has been rocking out to some of Australia's best acts.
It was a place I always had a mixture of mirth and laughter. I always have met new people when I'm there. So those memories will, not memories, but the good experiences will continue.
UMI, Silverchair, Paul Kelly, Spiderbait, the Hoodoo Gurus, even international headliners like the White Stripes. The list of big names goes on and on and on.
Well, I saw a number of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. This music's kept me off the streets for 36 years, so I think Australia has benefited. The world has benefited from keeping me off the streets. Do you want people like me out in the streets roaming about without somewhere like the Tote to be? No, you don't.
It's done so much. It's had an amazing history. It's always promoted local live talent. It's given young bands a place to grow and to be creative and be themselves.
A breeding ground for new acts, supporters say, like so many beloved live music venues around Australia, the Melbourne institution is vital to the industry. It's also in big trouble. After struggling through the pandemic, the Tote's owners say they have nothing left in the tank and are selling up.
My real fear is that the Tote will become a place that doesn't host live music and that it becomes a place that's gentrified and is just there purely to make money.
Now the race is on to save the iconic music venue again.
Melbourne is a music city, a world-renowned music city. It starts and it ends in the culture of the small music pub.
In 2010, music lovers took to the streets to fight for the Tote and venues like it, as crushing liquor laws and noise complaints saw it temporarily close its doors.
Brumby up there, you will lose seats over this. You will lose seats over this.
People power won back then, and Shane Hilton reckons it can prevail again. He and his partner Leanne, owners of the nearby Last Chance Rock and Roll Bar, have half the funds necessary to save the Tote. They're hoping music fans will stump up the rest.
The strength of this community can't be doubted. It's been proven time and time again that we care for our spaces and we want to protect them. So we're 100% confident that we will get the support that we need to complete the campaign.
One of the biggest Aussie crowdfunding campaigns in history, second only to Celeste Barber's bushfire appeal, it's already more than halfway to its $3 million target. But with just a week left to raise the rest, the heat is on. Shane pulling out all the stops.
If you get a life membership, I will get your name tattooed on me. It's a bit of a thing. So far, I've got 70 of around 800 names that need to be tattooed on me, and it's an ongoing process.
If they succeed in saving the pub, Shane says they'll set up a charitable trust to manage the venue.
We're going to set up a foundation that will own the building itself, so it'll always be there for future generations. And we will basically just act as caretakers until we pass that along to the next generation.
The dream? To ensure the Tote never needs saving again.
We can only learn about what to do in the future if we learn from the past. And these venues have such a past. You can smell it, man. And you know that lives have probably been created and lost in these venues, but what's gone on there? And you feel part of, if not an evolution, then just part of humanity.
To a lot of people, it might just be one little venue that hosts live music, but it's a very important part of our economy. It's a very important part of our culture. It's a very important part of our future and of our history. So if people can get on board and help us, that's brilliant. But if people can just start to recognise that these places are important, then that's enough.
It's so interesting. This is a kind of thing that's playing out all across the country. Live music venues are really struggling. It's not just off the back of COVID. It's also that in the last 6 months, think about how many huge international artists have come out doing these huge stadium shows where tickets are $300-400 a pop, And so people who go out to live shows, they're spending all of their budget on these shows and they're not actually going to being able to go out and support smaller venues. And so it's becoming this like death circle for a lot of venues, not just the Tote, all across Australia.
I thought they were meant to fill themselves with poker machines.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, that would be a great way to sell your soul.
You've had a few wild nights at the Tote, haven't you?
I wouldn't say they're wild. I sit at the back and I try to avoid Triple J fans who are trying to tackle me. But yeah, it's a great venue. I've been there a lot of times, had a lot of great memories there. And it's also rumoured to have a ghost haunting the Tote. There's a Tote ghost who's rumoured to be a a sort of a stumbling patron looking for the amenities. It's just someone like, I need to take a piss. You know?
Someone waiting for a cab.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I feel like I want to get a lifetime membership to the Tote now, just so that guy can tattoo my name on his body.